Alrighty, fellas. Good morning. Good morning. Today's a huge day. How are we doing? What's up? What's up? What's up? Today we got some flips, got some Pokeyen to collect, which is awesome. Sitting at 6.15 mil. I do have some Rich Charms as well that I picked up to go collect, and then on top of all that, I have 3 raids to do today. I'm sorry, 3 raids in one day. Man, that Baja Blast Zero is already kicking in. 3 raids in one day today. On top of catching Shaymin, on top of I still need MOLTRES. I've been hunting MOLTRES off stream, off camera this whole weekend. I need to bring up my encounter counter actually. I've gathered quite the fair amount of encounters and still nothing, unfortunately. We're going to keep going today. Hopefully get it taken care of so that tomorrow, Monday or Tuesday, or coming up very, very soon, I can do a from scratch character and see how far I can progress in the event within the remaining few days. Executor was probably the hardest of the 3 raids left. That's interesting. Did Ampharos, I saw Cav's video, he did end up using, I think, Ampharos, which is super, I'm honored to hear that I could help develop that strategy a little bit, because he developed so many strategies throughout the event. It's super cool to think that I could help a Pedro a bit with one. So it seemed like Cotton Guard Ampharos did end up being a great option, so we'll have to see, which is awesome. We are starting at 34,000 encounters on the dot today, but bam, there it is. I'm going to do some casual MOLTRES encounters and just sort of wait for people to roll in. If we get a raid team, like a Cav on an alt, maybe like Rumel or something, if we get a raid team together, then I'll go ahead and just start team building, and we'll get to cracking on that. Got the 3 raids, the final 3 raids. I've waited for them to be released, and now we can go ahead and take care of them. Now I realize there's only 4 days left. I'm glad I put it in the title, because yeah, there is only 4 days left. Something important to keep in mind, guys, is that, okay, the event ends on the 29th, but I'll check the forum post really quick. The event does end on the 29th of February, but it most likely ends at midnight UTC on the 29th on February, most likely. I'm going to double check, which that means like 7 or 8 p.m. ET on the 28th. So you have to, we don't actually get the 29th most likely. Let me double check really quick before I say this, but that's usually how they do it. Yep, February 29th, midnight UTC. So the event actually ends on the 28th around nighttime. So honestly, there's actually 3 days or so left. Wow. I didn't realize how, wow, yeah, there's 3 days left. This is actually the time period where I usually tell people to have finished all of your investments. So if you haven't made those yet, I would don't panic rush to them. Donation rate has been going up. It's interesting. I wouldn't panic rush to them because it's possible they just go down after and stuff. But if you want like one of each vanity or a couple things to make sure you have them, it's up to you. That kind of becomes the thing. I actually want to check for battle axe. Did I ever buy? I never bought a battle axe. How much are they right now? Because that's something I do want to own. 180k though is the thing. I'll buy one for 180. They might even go down or up or whatever. I want to have one for my own personal outfits. And then there's one more I'm thinking of. The dragon antlers. Do I have? I just saw them. Do I have a pair of those? I do. Okay, so I have most of the vanities. Antlers, the wings. We've got the worms, of course. What's the worm current price at? I bought mine for like what, 20k? Have these gone up at all? Up to like 24? That's pretty interesting. They'll probably go back down, be my guess, but we'll see. Yeah, a little update on prices and stuff. How can I catch Shaymin? I'm a new player, don't know much about PokeMMO. So to catch Shaymin, you have to battle all 12 of the raids, which I have a video on each of them. I'm going to do the final 3 today. You have to battle all 12 of the raids in game that are only going to be available for the next 3 days or so. So you got to do it really quick if you don't have that. They're pretty difficult. They're doable for sure. If you're jumping into the event now, I'm gonna be honest, getting Shaymin before the event is over, if you didn't prepare and didn't it's gonna be really, really, really hard. You got 3 days or so to go beat all 12 raids, get all 12 dead flowers, and then you head to the location. All the locations for Shaymins are revealed, I believe. They're in my Discord somewhere. I know Floroma Meadow is one of them. There's a couple other ones they do have a Shaymin location in each region, which is really nice. Yo, there's the locations. Thank you, Cav. Berry Forest in Kanto, Route 46. What is that? Hoenn? Sinnoh. Route 46 Sinnoh. Route 1. No. What is Route 46? Johto. Berry Forest Kanto. Route 46 Johto. Route 117 Hoenn. Floroma Meadow Sinnoh. And then Route 1 Unova. Gotcha. Do events like this with Shaymin ever return? Yes, this returns yearly, so you do have a chance every single year around the Lunar New Year time to go for a Shaymin encounter, or at least that's been the case the last 2 years. Would you rather shiny Munchlax but no Moltres this entire month, or Moltres and no shiny? Man, I mean, that's actually a hard question, because I really, really care about, and I really do want, like I've said a million times, I want each legendary caught OT the month it was released. It's a very cool collection piece to me, just a really cool way to log things. I think it's neat. If I had to pick between a shiny wild Munchlax and a Moltres, I'll take the Munchlax, man. I will wait 3 months, and I will fail that collection, because that would just, shiny Munchlax is just wild. So that's crazy. Hey Pat, after how many consecutive same species catches should I start using repeat ball to get max catch rate? I believe it's like 14 or something. The PokeMMO Pokeball Wikipedia page actually should be really good for that. The PokeMMO wiki is like really outdated or kind of lackluster in a lot of ways. I recommend if people want to go spend time on it, go help fill it out. But yeah, that Wikipedia page is awesome. And yeah, repeat balls are a tough one, I will say though. Like, even though they're almost never worth it. Like, I don't know of a situation where repeat ball is actually worth using. After the nerf and after the change of mechanics to it, repeat ball is probably one of the most obsolete balls, unfortunately, in the game, which I have a fair amount of them because they were, yeah, I have almost 600. They were really good at some point, so I'm hoping they kind of change that and rebalance it, because it's really, I would say, useless now. Like, maybe niche situations. Even with Ditto, like, I was like the theory crafted one would be like a dedicated Ditto farmer, but even then it feels like netball strategy is now actually better with like that fortress strategy, and there's other, yeah, so like, unfortunately, yeah, not actually good, sadly. Hey Pat, just caught Shaymin. Overall, I liked raids, but some ended up being more frustrating than fun. What are your thoughts? I hope they refine it and bring it back. I don't think I've found a single raid frustrating, personally. But maybe it's because I've been spoiled. I've had good teammates. I haven't solo queued for any of them, so that's a huge thing. But also, you can find good teammates in my Discord. There's a lot of good players there looking for teammates for the raids. And then, I guess on top of it, I had a lot of Pokemon prepared, but that's something anybody can do. I haven't found any raids frustrating personally. I haven't lost a raid. I've first tried every raid. I haven't found any raids frustrating personally. But once again, if I was solo queuing, that's a different experience. I'm sure I'd be way more frustrated, but I think there's things you can do within your power to not have to solo queue if you would like to. It's harder for some and not easy for everybody, but I think raids are too easy for sure throughout the event, which they've talked about. It hasn't been a good thing, because like, imagine, okay, think about this. Imagine if permanent raids release, right? In like, what's a good example of this? Imagine permanent raids release in like 6 months, or let's say 3 months. 3 months, and people can day one beat all of the new raids, and then all the content's done, and then what? Wait 3 months for more raids? What do you do? Like, you can't have it so that raids are so easy that the players outpace the raids. Like, they should be difficult. I compare pieces of content to Infernal Cape sometimes in old school RuneScape. Now, not every piece of content should be like this, but I think every single game should have an Infernal Cape-esque piece of content. And what I mean by that, for those who don't know, in the RuneScape community, I believe it took someone like 3 to 5 days. It took 3 to 5 days for one person to be able to complete Inferno Cape in old school RuneScape. That's how difficult the challenge was. They released the challenge to the world with a huge player base, old school RuneScape, like 100,000 concurrent players at all times, way more daily, players. And it took 3 to like 5 days for one person to beat it. Like, a piece of content has to be ridiculously difficult for that to be the case. I think PokeMMO should have something like that at some point. Maybe not quite that hard, but we should have some sort of like unbelievably challenging, difficult piece of PVM content that they should advertise it as such, so people don't go with false expectations. Now, I do think raids in PokeMMO should probably be more akin to Chambers of Xeric and old school RuneScape, more akin to like, people can do it, but it does take some learning curve and efficiency starts to matter, and like, there should be still, like, I think the permanent raids added in the future should be much more difficult. Absolutely. There should be way more strategy, way more, yeah, it'll be really, these raids during this event have been extremely easy, and that's okay, but I think it's really, really important to keep that in mind. It seems like the PokeMMO devs have been adding a lot more as of recently in comparison to over the past years. Dude, I've been preaching this 100%. I always say the phrase that PokeMMO has had more updates over the past 2 years than they have over the previous 10. It's wild. And I don't want to like take credit or gloat, but I do think like I started making content 2 years ago. I do think for a really positive, thankful reason, like my content brought in a lot of new players and my content has garnered a lot more attention for the game. And then my content has thankfully garnered other PokeMMO content creators and they've started. And like, it's all been a snowball effect. Like if it wasn't me, it would have been someone else, but it's just like a snowball effect of, thankfully garnering more attention for PokeMMO, and the game's just becoming more and more aggressively popular over the past 2 years. And I think the devs are seeing that, and they are taking advantage of that. It'd be a really sad thing if the game was getting more popular, and the devs didn't even, the devs weren't even taking advantage of it. Like, it's really cool to see them stepping up and putting a lot more work because of that. Basically, Made PokeMMO, not at all. It's more so like PokeMMO made a extremely good product, and then nobody knew about it. And all I did was advertising. It's pretty much it. Like, all I did was come in and I put up billboards. Like, hey, this game's really fucking good. Why is no one playing it? And everybody was like, oh, this game is really good. What the fuck? How have I never heard about this? Like, for so many years, PokeMMO just didn't have that much advertising and didn't have many, like, guides on how to, like, progress and, like, what to do in the game. So I tried to provide that because they made a fantastic game. Like, the devs deserve all the credit. It's literally just advertisement is everything. Advertisement is very powerful. I wouldn't say, you know, if you advertise a bad game or a bad product, it does end up biting you in the ass and you end up becoming a meme. Cough, cough, Raid Shadow Legends. Like, at some point, advertising is powerful, but at some point, it does hurt your reputation and stuff, for sure. This is actually a recent nerf brought up, Rohan. Unfortunately, hey, I disconnected a session during a gym run, and now it says some actions are restricted. It won't let me do my gym run. Yes, there used to be a strategy where you could like log out if you were losing to a gym run or like something like that. Unfortunately, I maybe make a PSA video talking about that more because unfortunately, yeah, they changed that where like if you log out or disconnect from a session during a gym run now, you can't. They made it so you can't rebattle gyms anymore, which is honestly a good nerf for one of the best money-making methods in the game. Such consistent Pokeyen. It makes sense, especially with the buff they added recently with adding in the teleporters. So I think it's a skill-based nerf where you do have to kind of just prepare for the battle and make sure you don't lose, but there can be some RNG elements in there as well, which can be frustrating. Is it worth using my Firestone on my Growlithe to help beat the 4th gym badge? I'm struggling a lot. Yes. Actually, yes. Pokemon like that in PokeMMO where you can like use a Firestone to quickly like get an evolution. Firestones are so cheap. Like even if you have that like quote unquote one Firestone you got that's like untradeable from the storyline, dude, feel free to use that. You can buy them after the 4th gym badge for 2K. They're so cheap, easily replaceable. Using stone Pokemon like that or like Blossom is the one that I always talk about. Dude, getting Blossom as soon as possible with Sunstone at level 21, it's so good. Vileplume is not nearly as good. Definitely go for Blossom if you can. This Pokemon gets Quiver Dance, so powerful in the storyline. Here, I will actually go ahead and double check it. Have you seen what's happened to the 2012 market? So many rare 2012 Pokemon being listed all of a sudden, like 2x31s, etc. Someone is very clearly trying to manipulate and monopolize the 2012 market, and I don't think it's working. Yeah, someone's buying all the 2012 shinies, for example, and listing them up. And I don't think it's working. I don't think anybody's biting. Wow. Okay. This is this is easily by far the most 2012 shinies I've ever seen on the GTL. Holy shit. That's crazy. Now, I don't think anybody's going to buy this. I think that like someone is clearly trying to like own all 2012 and like manipulate and you know, whatever. I've only ever seen 3 2012 shinies on the GTL at one time before. 6? Double that is crazy. This is actually pretty wild. That's actually super, super nuts. Wow. Did not expect that. Let's check recently listed, though, for 2012s. We got like a Houndour. 2x31. Normal Shiny, 1x31. Where's the... Oh, no, these are recently... Okay, here we go. We got an Eevee for 4 mil. Aerodactyl for 54. Like, that's just... That seems ridiculous. Wartortle for 12 is understandable, even for 4. Some of these prices are definitely getting... People are... But at the same time, we'll see what happens, man. 231 for 900k. Honestly, fair. The fairish price. A Ditto. Sableye. These are, let's see how many have been listed in the last, like look at this. Dude, there's like 10, 20, like almost 30 2012s that have been listed in the last 2 days. I mean, that definitely shows the market is... How many total listings? Usually it's around 130. Okay, 142. That's normal-ish. That's pretty normal. So the same amount is normal, but people are definitely buying up and raising prices. But at the same time, dude, you have to understand just how goddamn rare this stuff is. Like, 2012s are going to get increasingly rare. They're going to be... I think if you ever want to make an investment on them, like, now's the time. Like, I think it has to be, like, sooner rather than later. They're only going to go down in small little waves here and there. When a player returns and has, like, a box of 2012s to sell, you know, that makes the price go down. And it really just depends on how many collectors keep popping up and how many people end up caring about them. I feel like 2012 collectors are going to keep being a thing. But we'll see how many people actually care about collecting them versus just using them for money making, right? We'll have to see. But I'm pretty confident in the 2012 market personally. Hey, Patrouski, what does the red envelope do exactly? Think of the red envelope as a trading card pack, like a pack of cards, right? It's essentially gambling. It's a sealed product. It's a loot box. You open it to try to get more value. That's it. You can get certain vanities in the red envelopes. The odds of it are pretty slim. The lucky reds give you a chance for like a super rare, ultra rare vanity, and also other higher end vanities. Like, for example, in the lucky red envelopes, the reason why they're so expensive, 120k, is you can get the what's it called? Temporal cape. Oh my god! Which has absolutely skyrocketed. Holy shit. Okay. Wow. This thing was 30 mil or so at the start of the event. And then it jumped down to like 20 to 25 after they patched it because it was bugged, because it was dyeable and it wasn't meant to be dyeable, which is interesting. And now it's back to 40 mil. Really low drop rate. Yeah. Any ultra rare vanities that are even moderately desired or even lightly desired that have a ultra rare vanities just have an insane drop rate. But this one even, like, there's 26 Ghostly Lanterns, for example. This is a not desired vanity. People do not like Ghostly Lantern. Got 1.7 mil for an ultra rare. Same with like the psychic training helmet. This is another one that was like not very desired. Which I really like this. I think this is an underrated vanity, but it's not very desired. It's an ultra rare vanity from the anniversary event, 1.3, 1.4, whatever mil. But damn, you see stuff like the temporal cape, 40 mil. What's White Rabbit plush sitting at? White Rabbit plush sitting at 32 mil. That stuff's pretty crazy. How would I go about doing gym runs so they don't have any octarinas? I would just not worry about teleport. And what I would do is I would get well, actually, it's like, to be fair, it's the worst time. So the old budget strategy for gym runs, right? The old budget strategy was to get a Prankster Murkrow, and then you could put Fly on it, right? And that was the strategy. But now Prankster Murkrows are 72k. So you would put like Fly and Tailwind, and that would be like your budget gym rerun Pokemon instead of Cottony, because you don't need Fly Ocarina for the strat. But Murkrow is worse than Cottony because it has immunity, and like Dark type is like you die less and it's not as good. You want a low level shitty Mon for it. I mean, without the budget option, I would just try to save up for a Fly Ocarina. Or, I mean, technically a 72k Murkrow is still cheaper than a Fly Ocarina, so you could still go that. Like, you either get the Murkrow and read it and make it really low level, and level 1 or whatever, right? Get the Murkrow and give it Tailwind and Fly, or save a 500k for the those are your two options for the Ocarina, in my opinion. Or just wait until the event ends. Yes, once the event ends, the Murkrows will go down in price drastically. So if you can wait for that for your gym runs, you can do that. Okay, we got coin flip content, boys. Oso said that heads equals 5 gifted subs, tails equals a gifted sub to barrels specifically. Let's flip it. Heads 5 gift arenas. Thank you for being so generous, Oso. Here, someone asked, what's kept me playing PokeMMO over the years? And the biggest answer is, for a long time, I was very on and off, and I couldn't really commit to the game. But the biggest thing that keeps me playing now is just goals. You have to set goals. You have to set your own goals. You have to set a variety of goals. If you have goals, if you have a list, a physical list of goals you want to achieve, you can always default back to that to make progress. Setting goals is the most important thing you can do as a new player in PokeMMO, or just a player at all, to keep playing and keep interest. I have like 3 big videos on it. Top 5 post-game goals in PokeMMO, top 10 end-game goals in PokeMMO, and then 63 things to do in PokeMMO is kind of the, you know, accumulation of all that. Do you think Eviolite Dusclops is a good Trick Room setter and tank for OU? It absolutely could work. How would Trick Room be in OU right now is the question. I know Trick Room in NU is really bad, unfortunately, due to the metagame. Trick Room in OU, Garchomp and Scizor are good. Scizor might be slow enough to take advantage. Dragonite, good. Again, you know, Trick Room's good against these. We're gonna Wash, Chansey, not as great. Trick Room's probably not bad. Trick Room's actually probably in a pretty good spot. Ferrothorn's tough, but he's doing bad win rate wise. Trick Room's probably in a decent spot in OU. However, Trick Room in singles in general is just not, it's never going to be meta. Like, Trick Room objectively in singles is like almost never going to be meta because it's just having to waste a turn to set up Trick Room is so difficult, and having to like get value out of those only 4 or 5 turns you get from it is really, really hard. Those are the important things to keep in mind. Do you think this event is really worth the grind? It really depends on what your goals are. An event in PokeMMO is almost always the best money-making method in PokeMMO, but it also depends on how much capital you have. Like, if you have a shit ton of... So, there's a certain type of player where if you have a lot of money, a lot of capital, and you don't care about going for a Shaymin, just going ahead and focusing on flipping during the event as opposed to playing the event to make more money is probably actually the most efficient. But you also have to, like, mix in, like, oh, what's the most efficient plus what do I enjoy? And that's usually, like, your like result is a mixture of efficiency and fun, and that's going to bring you the most satisfaction from playing the game, if that makes sense. So keep that in mind. But yeah, I think for most players, playing an event is usually the best way to play the game at the time. But yeah, I think it's probably worth grinding overall, but it depends on the player. It depends on your situation. Pat, could you tell me what would happen if I tried to Payday on a shiny Dratini by mistake? If you try to Payday a single encounter that is shiny, you will just kill it. There will be no notification. Now, if you try to use Discharge against a ×5 Horde, and there's a shiny in there, it'll give you a notification. It'll give you a warning. The game will warn you if you try to use an AoE move to kill like a horde of Pokemon with shinies. And it will warn you if you try to run from a shiny. But if you try to just attack a single encounter, it will not give you a warning. Okay, we got our link together. Time to stop stalling for content and start preparing for raids. I think first things first, let's just do them in order. I think it was Braviary was like the one released a couple days ago. So we're going to go ahead and prepare for Braviary. I'm going to watch Cav's guide and see what strategies he used and just see what the general meta is for Braviary. Okay, let me do the moment of truth and check to see if I have an Ampharos. I feel like do I not? No. I mean, I have some like... shitty ones, but dude, I was really certain I had a Cotton Guard competitive Ampharos. Did I not make one? Do I have a Flaffy or a Mareep or something? No shot. I would have bet my life savings that I would have owned a competitive NU Ampharos. Did I end up selling it at some point or something? Is it on a different account? Man, that's actually really unfortunate. I might actually check. I might actually have one on a different account. Hilariously. Wait, the level cap is 80 for Braviary and Gyarados? Oh, that's going to cost me so much Pokeyen and XP candies. Thankfully, I just have them sitting around. And I have, how many rare candies? Do I have any rare candies? I have a couple untradeable. Oh my goodness. That's actually going to that's going to hurt the wallet, dude. I'm not going to lie. That's going to suck. Okay, the most cool thing about the raids is you can use the previous raid Pokemon for the next raid. So I'm actually gonna use my raid Ampharos and my Zebstrika that I got from previous fights, and they're both 85. So using both of those two Pokemon against the Braviary is gonna save me a lot of unfortunate situations. Save me a lot of time on the leveling and just save me a lot of hassle, which that's honestly super nice. You can use the previous ones against them. Okay, I'm slowly preparing for the raids. Let me go ahead and just Nature Herb, honestly, this Zapdos. Like, let me just put Modest on it with the Nature Herb. I have that, and I can go ahead and use Elemental Orbs as well to just correct the IVs. I can get my Zapdos like straight up ready to go. So 31 there, 31, sure. Yep, perfect. Now I have a... Oh, wait. Let me use 31. Do I have not have enough? I probably don't have enough, actually. 26 defense. Sure. This is a funny Zapdos. But yeah, Modest. Almost, yeah, perfect. Okay, cool. Okay, I think I mostly have a team prepared. This team will be really good against Gyarados and Braviary, which is nice to have because I'm gonna have to spend so much Pokeyen right now leveling all these. Like, this is gonna go up to how many levels do I need of this? I need 10 would be 77. Oh my goodness. I need what? Ouch, that hurts. 10 to and then 85. Terrible at math. I need 18 levels on this. Oh my goodness. That's so much. It's so expensive. I need 5k more XP or so. I'll do 1 and 1. Wait, is that not enough? What happened? Oh my god, I'm bad at math. Okay, so that's 85 now, which is nice. These are 85. This is 65. This needs a lot. This is so for reference, XP candy extra large are how much a piece right now? 16k a piece. 16k a piece. Okay, I'm actually just wasted some money. Apparently, we only need level 80 now. 80 is cap. Okay, so you do level 80. Okay, that was stupid of me. I wasted some, but that's okay. Whatever. More of these on Reuniclus. So I need 15 levels on Reuniclus. We'll do this and then change it from there. Up to 79. There's 80 on Reuniclus. Zapdos is going to need 30 levels, which sucks. This is level 100. So this is the last... Okay, the last levels we're going to need are right here. Okay, I have so many calciums. I have so many vitamins just sitting in my boxes. Should I just go ahead and use calciums? Do I have any supers or whatever? I might just go ahead and do the I'm doing a super lazy route of... but EV training's so fast. I might just go EV train really quick or something. Okay, these are untradeable, so there's no reason for me not to go ahead and just use these, which is nice. Okay, we're gonna do some EV training. I'm gonna go to Flaffy Giraffarig in Johto. There's a spot there. I'm gonna use my Zapdos. If I have a Specs, I can put it on it. I have XP Ramplifier on. I can go ahead and pop an XP Charm maybe as well. It might be worth it. If we go to Route 43, we can farm a really interesting special attack spot. That's really close to a piece. Wow, wait. This spot is an insane shiny hunt plus crazy EVs. That's actually so good. I'm going to walk in just to set my teleport spawn. I am then going to... do I have discharge at the start? I do. These are electric type Pokemon that I'm discharging, to be fair, so I probably do need choice specs. Okay, let's see how this goes. I'm going to press Sweet Scent. Never really farmed here before. Giraffarigs. These will be easy to discharge. Level 20s or so. Gonna be special attack EVs on Ampharos and my Zapdos, which is what I want. And we'll also get some nice XP on my Zapdos, a little bit at least. That's beautiful. This is gonna need full 250 or whatever. I'm hoping this can one-shot. If this can't one-shot, this would kind of suck, but I'm hoping it can. We'll see. Okay, thankfully it does. Building a Mamoswine for the Dragon Tablet battle. Yeah, the Dragon Zodiac. I think the most that's actually really funny. The most difficult fight so far throughout the entire event hasn't been any raid for me. It was actually the Dragon Zodiac Tablet battle. That was the most difficult battle I've had so far in the entire event. Mamoswine was really good for that for me. But yeah, that's... Dude, someone said they built a Balti Glaceon for that fight and just, like, set up Hail and spammed Blizzard. That seems... If that's actually good, that could be really interesting. I had to borrow a team for it. That fight was... Yeah, no doubt that fight was tough as hell. Dude, that fight was really... That fight was so satisfying. Like, beating that fight for me on my first attempt was so strategically, like, satisfying. It was awesome that I was able to set up and, like, get a team that could work for it. That was probably my favorite fight so far from the event. It was so fun. Yeah, people talking about the catch rate for Shaymin. Make sure you go into Shaymin prepared, man. Bringing a Soak Smeargle to change its type to water so that you're able to spore Shaymin is going to be huge for increasing the catch rate. So, False Swipe it to 1 HP, Soak, Spore it, and then Timer Ball is going to be your best bet. Let the turns pass and just spam Timer Balls and just put it to sleep and don't let it struggle to death. Just keep sleeping it. Timer Balls... It's a tough one for sure. Shaymin's tough to catch, but there's all the special attack stuff we needed. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not even gonna worry about speed EVs. I feel like for the time being, they're just not as needed. I'd rather just go honestly do the raid. Let me go ahead and use my XP candies on this Zapdos. Get it all the way up to level 80, which is gonna hurt. 15 levels would put it to what, 74 or something? Let's double check. Detect, don't need that. 69. Okay, so I need what? 11 more levels? Oh my goodness. 11 more levels? I'm out of candies. Holy, before I even get to the level. I could just leave it here. Man, I can't believe that I used all of my extra large XP candies for this event. Oof. That kind of hurts, but it's worth for the time save. Like, I have to keep in mind, like, since I wasn't frugal and since I dumped all of my XP candies to save time, I'm gonna be able to have way more time, and I'm gonna be way more likely to be able to get MOLTRES before the end. And I care more about like collection stuff and getting untradeable stuff that I care more about, like getting my OT MOLTRES first month. That's not the MOLTRES is obviously tradable, but I care more about achieving those untradeable accomplishments. I'd rather piss away Pokeyen to get untradeable accomplishments than try to save yen at this stage in my PokeMMO career or whatever. That's how I feel. So speaking of, let me go ahead and actually just collect this Pokeyen, and that'll help ease the spending of up to 6.5 mil. We'll take it, dude. Okay, we have the team leveled in EV train. Let's figure out items. Ampharos in like move sets, make sure they're finalized. Light screen's probably fine to have on it. Cotton Guard Thunder is good. Make sure we have rain set up is going to be the only thing. Iron Defense, Reuniclus, yep, Reuniclus is good. We need item for Ampharos. Either leftovers or metronome. I think we have metronome on Zapdos, which is just using... What's our specs? Do I have a specs user? Okay, then I definitely end up putting specs on Zapdos. I probably do specs on Zapdos, metronome on Ampharos. That probably ends up being the play. I like that. And then this, people said choice band. I don't think I've used yet. I think I haven't used leftovers. This team is strange. Or do I have leftovers here? This should have leftovers, the Reuniclus. The Chillinberry strat was interesting for that one raid, though. Leg Clay, Metronome, Lefties, Specs, Band, and then Twist Scarf. Okay, cool. This should all be pretty solid. Okay, Braviary is the first raid. That's going to be over at Savault, Canyon, and Kanto. We'll go to that, but it's also at, where else? Route 46 Johto, Route 111 Hoenn, Route 207 Sinnoh, and Desert Resort near the Relic Castle in Unova. I like going to the raid locations in Kanto because I'm just the most familiar with this region. If you guys want to actually see the full raid fights, if you're watching on live stream, obviously you'll see them all. But if you want to see the full raid fights play out, I do actually upload those as their own video just to easily track it and log it. So I do not include those from the stream recaps. And if you kind of see this preparation and if you want to see the payoff and the actual full fight, definitely check out those videos if you're interested, obviously. Okay, the Braviary raid was literally the most insane raid I've had so far. There was insane amounts of strategy, horrible RNG. We still pulled through and got the W. That was an awesome raid to be a part of and an awesome raid to watch. Me and Cav had to 2v3 it, whatever, at the end for like the final. That was a crazy, easily the craziest raid so far. All right, next up is Excadrill. We got Victory Road Kanto. It's like inside of its location for that. Victory Road Johto is also the location for Excadrill. Okay, it's at every Victory Road. Victory Road, Hoenn, Ravage Path in Sinnoh, Route 204, and then Twist Mountain for Unova. 3 out of 5 of them are in Victory Roads for the region, which is very funny. But for Excadrill, I have to like rebuild a team. I didn't even think about that. I have to like totally rebuild a team. I'll probably just put this team up here because this will probably be the same exact team that I use for Gyarados, or a very, very similar team. But for Excadrill, I need kind of a different team. I'll grab this, and from there, probably this. Other than that, I got to think about it. Eruption, Choice Specs, Typhlosion does do 10% against, against Excadrill, but it needs Tailwind. That's actually, like, pretty good, though. Damn. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Typhlosion's always going to get one shot by Excadrill. I feel like that's probably worth bringing, though. And I already have one, which is the nice part. Once again, to beat raids, you want to get... There's a ton of different options that work. I always see suggestions in chat. You want to find a Pokemon that you have already, hopefully, that works well. There's tons of different things that work well. There's different perfect strategies, but having a couple of those combined that you already have is what works really, right? What's Excadrill's base defense versus special defense? I feel like he's probably... Oh, no. Okay, he just has shit on both. Okay. I'm surprised he's weaker defensively. It's interesting. Okay, Poliwrath's actually probably pretty good then. And I probably just go... We need to itemize now. So it's like a DPS competition, people are saying. So it's actually like a pretty different team than I expected. They just bring in support Sableye, but then you bring like Eruption Typhlosion. Here, I'll actually bring I think I'd rather bring the Blastoise that has Mystic Water. Mystic Water and Rain Dance set, because I already have a Specs Pokemon anyway. So I might as well just bring the one with water, like, be able to have a backup Rain Dance user. Water Gem works too. Water Gem is probably really good, actually. That's kind of based. Yeah, let's do, yeah. Do I have a Water Gem? How much are they on the GT? That's a really cool... Dude, I love the itemizations in this. That's so fun. Like, that's actually so fun. Be able to pop a Water Gem on a... that's so cool. All right, here's my current item set. I've got Light Clay Sableye. Hello? As per usual, Specs Typhlosion, Water Gem Blastoise, Scarf Krook, Metronome Garchomp for EQ, and then Choice Band. I have no leftovers on it. I could put leftovers on Garchomp, but I feel like once we have a DPS battle, I feel like this is probably fine. I'm actually pretty happy with this set. All right, the Excadrill raid has been conquered. Yep. We only have one raid left, fellas. One raid left, and it is it's Gyarados. It's the big dragon guy. I have the team prepared for him though. I probably don't bring Reuniclus, right? It seems like setup is really bad against Gyarados. So I probably bring, okay, we got Scarf this, Band this, Specs this. Okay, that's all good. Metronome. I need to take this off. Do I have a Rock Gem? I need all these gems all of a sudden. Rock Gem would actually be sick for Head Smash. Rock Gem Rampardos? Dude, now we're talking. That's a crazy strat. Need 5 Stab Electrics. Save Ampharos for below 50%. Man, okay, should I just not bring... I absolutely need 5 Stab Electrics. Do I not bring Sableye? Is it worth to not bring Sableye? Don't need Sableye. Oh, shit. This is one of the few... I think this might be the only raid where I haven't brought Sableye. That's actually crazy. Too much damage, Reflect is useless. Gyarados does so much damage, Reflect is useless? That's actually crazy. His damage is just too insane. Burn plus Reflect doesn't do anything. That's a crazy sentence. It's awesome, though. It's good to know, dude. That's so funny. Oh, wait, I see. Okay. So, okay. Apparently, I'm learning the #1 thing you can do to absolutely throw a Gyarados raid is to bring a Lightning Rod Pokemon. Because it draws in all electric type attacks. Not even just your opponents, but also the teammates. I see. So if you're that's crazy. So a Lightning Rod Pokemon would just draw all the electric type attacks and it would just ruin the whole fight. That's actually crazy. So #1 tip for Gyarados fight, do not bring a Lightning Rod Mon. It'll actually throw the entire fight. That's pretty wild. That actually is super 200 IQ Gigabrain. I see why I was like, why is Volt Switch so good? It doesn't make sense to me because you're just bringing another Pokemon to die anyway. But if you give your best Pokemon like Choice Specs and Volt Switch, what you do is you Volt Switch Choice Specs on Zapdos, get your damage off, do your 10%, and then switch into like, you could just have Volt Switch Zapdos and like 5 level 1 Rattatas, right? Or level 70s, I guess. Like the shittiest mons. And as long as your teammate sets up Tailwind and stuff, like you're just gonna, yeah, like that's actually crazy. So if you just have one good electric type with Volt Switch against Gyarados, you're gonna do so. That's actually super smart. I get it now. I didn't get it at first. I had to think about it. It's like, well, someone in chat had to explain it to me because for my thought process, it's like, oh, like yeah, what's the why would that matter? How to get Volt Switch on? How does this learn Volt Switch? I'm pretty sure it definitely learns it, right? Is it through TM or something? Did not expect that. It is through TM. Huh. Didn't expect that. Sure. I've got to have one, right? Oh, no. I think there'll be a static price. They're going to be expensive on the GTL. I might go buy one. They're 2K more. Or 3K more. That's fine. We'll put this on Zapdos over Rain Dance. Yeah. This is going to be like my main memer then. That's super sick. That's super good. Alrighty, I think we're finally ready with our team. We'll show it off in more detail in a sec. We've got Route 21 in Kanto for Gyarados. In Johto, you've got Dragon's Den. That's kind of a cool, I like that on-theme location. In Hoenn, you have Route 119 for Gyarados. Route 212 in Sinnoh. And then, where is Route 14 in Unova for Gyarados raid? Wait, that's actually a great question. So, someone said, are you encountering Shaymin now or the 29th? Okay? I get the appeal. You want to catch Shaymin on the leap year, right? The event ends at midnight on the 29th. Okay? So you literally cannot... Actually, I guess in certain time... No, you can't. Certain time zones? Maybe? How does that work? I think no, you can't. Yeah, you can be in the encounter. I guess that's technically true. Well, well, that's actually funny. If you were to be in the Shaymin encounter as the event ended, servers would go down, wouldn't they? Yeah, I don't know if you can. Yeah, I don't know what would happen. That's a scare. I wouldn't risk it. I'm gonna go get Shaymin now. TLDR, 100%. I will hunt for a shiny on the leap year because that sounds awesome. That sounds really, really, really cool and fun. But I'm not gonna save Shaymin for that for sure, personally. Let me mail this Luxray back to Barrels. Thank you for sending me this, dude, for help with the fight. That was honestly like one of the last pieces I needed, man. Yeah, I literally just, yeah, I was saying, is Shaymin in the same spot that it was last year? And yeah, it is. It's over here in Florida. You can go here. You can go different locations as well, but I'm going to check the honey tree really quick and we'll do a long Shaymin VOD for the entire encounter. Because I'm just going to record the whole thing to show people like how to handle it. A lot of people are saying it took them multiple tries and stuff, and you should guaranteed be able to get it in one try if you like play it properly with spores and stuff. Pop shiny. Yeah, I do want to pop shiny charm. That is true. But you also want to make sure, what's it called? I forgot. We want to make sure you sport it to keep its PP low so it doesn't run out of PP and struggle. Okay, we got a lot done so far today. I'm pretty proud of it though, guys. We got all the 3 raids done, the Shaymin catch. All I have left to do, okay, to complete the event. I've gotten the Zodiac outfit, which I sold. I got my Shaymin. The only thing that I need to feel completed with the event for me personally, it's not even really part of the event. I just need MOLTRES. I just need MOLTRES. I'm gonna head over to Berry Forest. We're on Charm, which is funny, and dinner status. I'll show off the Shaymin really quick. It was a very, very productive day. It went pretty fast as well. It took around 3 hours or so into the stream, but that's honestly not bad at all. Where's my Shaymin catch? Here it is. For those curious, 3 times 31. I think it's guaranteed. Decent, 31 speed. I need the nature. I'll do a nature herb. You know, you can always change it. It doesn't really matter. Solid catch. We shall take it. Let me dump all this stuff in, grab my utility mons, and head over to the shunt. All right, time to camp our butts at MOLTRES for the next 3 hours. Let's get it today, fellas. How to go through the storyline and the most productive / fastest. I heard someone tell me about Stealth Rock. Okay, keep in mind, Stealth Rock is only good in the storyline at the Elite Four. I think a lot of people have like perpetuated. That's like the tip that the strategy I developed and the tip that I came up with was telling me if you're stuck on the Elite Four to use Stealth Rock. But a lot of people have perpetuated that tip to like just the storyline, which is not true at all. So please, like, yeah, listen to the source. Go watch my videos on like Elite Four tips and stuff. Yeah, Stealth Rock is really good against Elite Fours because of Focus Sash and Sturdies and just a lot of Pokemon take, like, Gary's Charizard, for example, and his Dragonite take like 25%, 50% huge damage from them. And then for storyline stuff, I have tons of videos. If you Google best storyline Pokemon PokeMMO, best items to beat PokeMMO, best Pokemon to beat PokeMMO, best storyline Pokemon PokeMMO, I have so many videos on this topic. I would check those out. Since I fucked up the Shiny Charm Shaymin pop, what I could do to make it up to chat is I could go buy some legendary lures and then try to get shiny MOLTRES instead of Shaymin on legendary lures and Charm and Donut. That's kind of funny. It's kind of a good meme. Okay, we're gonna install a mod live on stream. Okay, so I downloaded the folder, I dragged it into my mods. I'm gonna go ahead and log out. I'm gonna hide my screen while I do that, but I'm gonna log out, close my game, reopen my game, get my encounter counter back up in a sec. I'll do that after though. Mod management, do I see it in there? I do. Okay, I have a secret new mod for you guys. Here, 1 sec, I'm almost ready to log back in. Secret new memes. We reconnect, we show our screen, we go to the GTL, we check for Mankey, and he's adorable. Shiny Mankey. Okay. Wait, this sprite is actually so much better than normal Shiny Mankey. It's so much better. He's just blue. That's awesome. That's hype. I love Abenbag. The Abenbag mod line is easily the best. Okay, we are switching up. Our MOLTRES hunting spot for the fun of it over here. This spot has some strange Pokemon. Apparently, is Ivysaur here? Someone's saying, Yeah, so that's pretty good. This spot actually has some cool mons. There's Ivysaur here, Growlithe, Vulpix. What else? The main thing I actually want to run into here is just Mankey for the be able to see the new mod I just installed for the meme. That's the main reason why I'm here, which is dumb. Hey man, but whatever keeps you going, whatever you can do to make the game more entertaining to keep you going towards your goal, that's the most important thing, you know? There he is! A wild Mankey! Look at him floating. He's so happy. Okay, no, this was a totally correct decision. This will mood boost so much during the MOLTRES hunt. Here, you know what? We're switching up spots again, dude. I'm just gonna be all over the place today. So we can go route 3, go back to the Charmander spot. My secret shiny was found at this spot, so I feel like it's a lucky spot for me. So we go here for the lucky aspect. I'm gonna go over to the other spot where this is not the location. It's the same route, but I'm gonna go to the specific location where I got my secret shiny Nidoran female. Give me that good luck. And then there should also be an uncommon chance for Mankey here, so we'll still see the happy-faced orangutan to mood boost. Right here. This is where I got my shiny Nidoran while recording a video for like my thought, talking about yapping my thoughts on an event. This was an awesome shiny reaction. Pat, pretend you're making a video to summon it. True. All right, guys. Yo, what's up? My name's Patrouski. Today we are yapping about another PokeMMO topic that not that many people actually care about, and only I care about because I play the game for so many hours, and the average player won't actually give a fuck. Who really cares? True and real. This is my niche, cringe, veteran take. True and real. Yup. Like and subscribe. There you go. Yeah, we haven't seen a shiny Shaymin yet, but I mean, it's only been available for less than 24 hours. Like, the 12th raid came out, what, 7 p.m. yesterday. It's 3 p.m. on the 25th as we record this. So like, yeah, literally the 12th raid has been out for less than 24 hours. So it makes, I mean, we'll hopefully we see a shiny Shaymin before the end of the event. But if we don't, I would be really surprised. It would be pretty crazy, but we'll see what happens. What would I say in terms of whether or not the Lucky Dragon Bike is a good investment? It is a good investment. This is my personal opinions, thoughts, and feelings, not financial advice. Please keep that in mind. If you make money from what I'm about to say, cool. If you lose money, you know, unfortunately, don't blame me, right? Either way. In my opinion, it's the best bike vanity in the entire game. A lot of people are going to want it. I think pretty much every player is going to want this bike vanity at one point or another. The question is, how much supply was actually brought in? Oh, the secret shiny Windroll. Wow. How much supply was brought in during the event, and how many people bought them with RP versus buying them off the GTL? And that's the question. That's really what it really comes down to, like, supply and demand, which is really boring and basic, obviously. But it depends on like how much supply was brought in, and we don't really know. Like, this is one of those vanities that will rise over time for sure, but it's a matter of when and how long it will take, and et cetera, you know, et cetera, et cetera. If everybody got one during the event, I could see these go. I could see these going down in price. I super could. I could see after the event ending, a lot of new players or newer players just sort of selling them off, expecting them to spike. A lot of new players are under this assumption that as soon as an event ends, everything spikes up because it was limited. But that almost never happens. Usually, stuff actually goes down after an event ends because the panic is sort of gone, and people are like, "Oh, well, now I actually want to play the game like breed competitive Pokemon. Let me sell off these dumb vanities I don't actually want." And that happens. So then stuff goes down a lot of the time. So I'm kind of banking on them going down. I don't know if it'll actually happen. I might get fucked and totally miss out on this. So if you just like it as a thing, you know, just keep it or whatever. It's up to you. It really depends. It really depends. If anniversary event happens, it could tank. Yeah, I bet a lot of people once the next event, once like the next event rolls out, dude, so many people panic sell previous event items when a new event drops. Don't be that person. It totally cucks and ruins your financial. It sounds really cringe, but your financial portfolio in PokeMMO. I know, a very funny sentence, but it's true. Like, it's really bad if you like constantly are putting yourself back in terms of time. You want to hold on to investments for a long period of time. I think it's kind of an objectively good investment. I think, kind of. It's such an incredibly desired, it's such a goddamn good mount. It also depends on if they release any more mounts coming up with the anniversary event. TLDR, my final like piece, my final say, I guess, on this is like, when an item seems too obvious and too good of an investment, that's why I'm so skeptical of it. is that like it feels too obvious and too I feel like so many people will invest into it that I'm like, you know, that's where I'm at. Can't stop thinking about the red Reaper hood I saw pop up on the GTL for 11 mil today and was not able to snipe it. Oh, dude, that's the kind of like, oh yeah, 11 mil, a 100 mil snipe. Whew. That's the kind of thing that if you miss, yeah, it lives on in your nightmares. I mean, it's cool that you even saw it, but that is, whoever got that, man, made out like a bandit. That stuff is that's pretty rare and crazy and wild to see. Stop stalling for content. Get the MOLTRES. I may be a doubter, but I believe. Thank you for the gift, Rumel. Here, let's grab the legendary lore that Rumel gifted me so generously. I really appreciate that. I will try to stop stalling for content. And because he gifted me a legendary lore, I'll double it, you know, double it, give it to the next person. I will say quickly, don't do this. How much is... Ooh, do I really want to pay that much? I'll buy 4. That should be a full hour. Don't do this. Legendary lures are really expensive for the benefit. They are like literally not worth it financially. I'm only doing it because I don't mind wasting the money. And I really want my MOLTRES before the end of the month. It's really important to me. And I honestly want my MOLTRES as soon as possible because I want to be able to do that new challenge, new character. If I can't get MOLTRES, I can't do that like new character from scratch during events type challenge to see how far I can progress, yada, yada, yada. So we'll see what happens. Thank you for popping the charm. Whiz-Key, I'm going to pop the legendary lures now. Wish me luck. Actually, I have to waste out this lore, don't I? So 35 steps. Wish me luck, fellas. I'm really hoping I can get MOLTRES today. All right. Now we can pop legendary lore. There we go. 300 steps. Dinner status. Whiz-Key's charm, which is obviously good luck. We'll see how it goes. Hey, I've been gone for a few days. Did they make the tablets easier to get? I just got 2 and 16 Pokemon. Yes, they made them way easier. The tablets now only take 24 Pokemon consumed per tablet versus 40. And if you like stocked up, if you like did a bunch before, it is a retroactive buff / nerf. So if you go hand in a bunch of Swarm Pokemon, like for me, like I was way ahead, so I handed in 4 Swarm Pokemon or whatever, and I got 1 tablet per Pokemon consumed, and you just like I was just done. So that's, yeah, at least it was retroactive to a decent extent, but that was a pretty crazy change for sure. Okay, I think we just installed an absolutely game-changing mod, boys. Okay, we've seen the Mankey. Okay, that's nothing new, but let me pop a repel so I don't waste these legendary lure steps. Do I have a Mankey in my PC somewhere? Please tell me I have one somewhere. No. We gotta buy one, boys. We have to. I'm gonna get a 31 attack one. Why not? Or should I get like a... I'm just gonna buy a comp Mankey or a dumb Mankey. Okay, I'm making this too complicated. Let me just buy a Mankey just to show this off. Oh. Oh, wait! The pixel sprite work is... Oh, he's flat. The pixel sprite work is actually so good. What? That's actually really cute. That is you said it was the best follower sprite, and you were not mistaken. So there is actually... I can actually link you guys. This was posted on the official forums. So you guys can actually go download this orangutan mod right now if you're interested. I'm going to link it. That pixel sprite work is actually so good. That's fucking awesome, dude. Good work, Avenbag. Best mod creator in PokeMMO. What? Question mark? XP candies can revive a Pokemon? Yes, it's the same as rare candies, actually. Where if you use like a rare candy or an XP candy, whatever works, to level up a Pokemon, it bumps up its HP stat a little bit. So you can actually, yeah, you can, it'll actually, which will revive it hilariously. So you can actually revive Pokemon in like a storyline or certain niche situations where it might matter with a rare candy or an XP candy, which, yeah, it can matter. It's pretty interesting. There's a little tidbit if you don't have a revive or something. Yeah, battle axes are getting up in price, dude. I literally just bought one at the start of the stream for 180k, and I was like, ugh, I was like, yeah, it's a good vanity. It'll probably, you know, like, oof, that's, man. I feel like, once again, so what's happening is, guys, keep in mind, right now is panic period, okay? The event is ending. People are panicking. People are thinking that this is the only time they'll ever be able to get one of these vanities. Right now is before the event ends, but like the supply is already there. There already is a huge supply. Like after the event's over, the supply doesn't change. There's no more supply coming in. I mean, that is important and relevant, but there's still a supply that's there. So keep that in mind. Yeah, I think it's a great item, Hector, so I respect it. But I would be careful. Don't get like right now is like probably the worst time to make investments. I mean, it depends on what you're buying, but I would be careful because it's panic period. Everybody's panic buying to not miss out on the FOMO or whatever, right? Not miss out on not having the event any. But yeah, I'm gonna wait until after the event to see how the dust settles on this one. This was the one legendary hunt where I actually didn't keep track of encounters, unfortunately. I don't remember exactly what I started at, but I'm pretty sure I started hunting for this at least 26k encounters. Probably before that. I've definitely done at least 8k encounters, I would say, for MOLTRES. Probably more. I'm not sure exactly those. I'd rather under-guess than over-guess, you know? Dude, no way, Dusty Bunny. 500 lucky red envelopes opened and no temporal cape. How much did that cost? How much did you spend buying all those? That hurts me to hear. Lucky, what are they right now? Like 120k? Would you buy them all for like 120 a piece? How much was... Oh, dude. Bought most at 80, 90k? Okay, we'll do 85k times 500. Oh, Dusty. You gamble. This is why gambling is bad, fellas. This is why gambling is bad. That hurts. I'm sorry to hear it, Dusty. That's brutal. I'll be upset if catching Jirachi is tied to Wishing Stone. Just gotta wait and see. As someone with a Wishing Stone, I would also be disappointed if only people who got Wishing Stones had access to a legendary. That seems too harsh. Like, I would also think, as someone with the Wishing Stone, I wouldn't think that's fair. For someone having to like blind go, because like everybody who went for the Wishing Stone had to blindly go for this hunt without expecting a reward and just do it for the hope of something. Like, I mean, it's tough because you now have to give a very good reward at some point for that hunt, but you also can't exclude people too much. It's gonna be a really tricky thing to get right. Alrighty, we used all of our legendary lures. We used the shiny charm. We used, I mean, some hours dinner had us. We reached 34,669 encounters and still no MOLTRES today. I'm going to try to hunt off stream, guys, because I do want to be able to get to that new character creation from scratch, fun little series if possible, but I can't get to it until I get MOLTRES. I need to get MOLTRES. It's super, super important. Yo, thank you. I need to focus on my main account first before jumping over to an alt account or a side account challenge or activity. So appreciate you guys watching today. This will be the end of the stream. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Like the stream. Dislike if not. That's okay. Subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos. Follow the Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. Discord's linked down below. And if you want to go above and beyond and support the channel, it really helps out a lot, guys. YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, and PayPal/Venmo donations go a very long way, but only do so if you can afford it, and only do so if my content has earned it from you. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. I'll see you guys later. Peace, Reno.
Thank you so much for watching until the very end of the video, and I hope it was a positive asset to your day. The same way everybody listed here is a positive asset to my day, going above and beyond and allowing me to make content every single day. Thanks so much for watching, and have a good one.